Hello.
Welcome back to another episode of Discarded Note. That's the one over here, slightly north of Shot. And let's see what this one is. Beacon of warmth in winter's embrace. Patience rewarded by nature's own grace. No idea what this is. Solve the note's riddle. Oh. And, how do we do that? Oh, we just follow the marking. Look at that. The riddle is still written there. That's pretty sweet. I found a strange note with what seems to be a riddle on it. Beacon of warmth in winter's embrace. Patience rewarded by nature's own grace. Patience rewarded. Okay, so beacon of warmth in winter's embrace. So there's something warm. Oh, the hot springs. Now I get it. In nature's embrace. It's a natural way to warm up in ice-cold environments. The hot spring. Like there's a pond up here, and this is how you can actually solve that riddle. By just following the marking on the map. But the thing is, I was just there and I know that this is the solution. But without the marking, I think I wouldn't have remembered that location so quickly. Just saying. Now how do we... Maybe... Wait, patience rewarded. So we just have to wait here, it seems. Because we cannot enter this thing. Let's see. Maybe I have to do a emote in here that says sit or something like that. Maybe I have to customize. Yes, wait. Save changes. Let's see, this is all hand gestures. This is consumables, miscellaneous, no, social, right? No, what's a player menu? Player menu not available because no players. Okay, let's wait.
Do not go any further.
Oh, either the emote did it, or it's the timer. Whatever. You just wait here and this stuff happens. Secret of the spring. Done. Very quickly. Very simple. Very weird. Anyway. After the secret of the spring we are going into the dungeon because it's also right around the corner. No reason to not to. Can I... Nope. You cannot cross impassable terrain with the evasion. That's a big no-no. And I still don't have a horse yet. So, Forsaken Quarry. Let's check that one out. The first capstone dungeon becomes available in Tier 2 veterans after completing the campaign. After completing the campaign. That's the magic words there. After. Not while you are still in the veteran mode. After. I have a slight feeling that the cooldown actually goes lower if I hit anything. Because it ticks in red. Like, does it have any lucky hit chance or something? No. Nah, no, it was just the refresh, the normal refresh animation. Nothing else. Okay, so everything's fine. Yes. Why are there so many of them? Woo. Oh no. They're gonna blow. So they charge at you and then they go kaput. What about this? Interesting resistance, but not necessary. Blech. How does this one enemy take ages to defeat? Ooh. Lethal Shrine. Either this is an could be an execution thing or damage increase, one of the two. No, move. Okay. Got it. Whew. Oh, come on. I wanted to pick up the other one. Okay. What is this? It's better. Rank of Lightning Storm. Isn't that the ultimate thing? I don't need Pulverize, but... Let's see. Rank of Lightning. That was not what I wanted. It's like... No, wait. What was the control S? It requires target? Oh. Which button was the skill assignment one? This was the skill window? Maybe it was Y. Whatever. Lightning Storm, Lightning Storm, Lightning Storm. Oh no, this is the ultimate ability. I don't need Lightning Storm. Okay, no. Not gonna do it. So, what's this? Buff hand strike. True, all of your hits are critical strike. Ooh. What did I say? More damage. But more damage in a very, 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 very interesting way. Numbers get larger. Wait a minute. If all my hits are critical strike... bollocks. Once you have this shrine, you really need to make sure to charge on forward and to shred through them like butter. Not you are the butter, but they are the butter. You are the hot knife. Just say. Okay, open doors. Perfect. Now, which skill comes up next? Up to 20%. Dealing damage to a vulnerable enemy. So first we have to make them vulnerable. So that's there for 2 seconds. This one makes it easier for the enemy to stay vulnerable, and this one uses the vulnerability. So this and this one, they go hand in hand. That's always present. That one just increases damage, but only if they are mobilized, which is not always the case. That's like Hurricane and Cataclysm and whatever it is. I got the 2 ravens. What about the wolves? Yeah, wolves I could use. They also deal damage to companions. What about that? Enemies, This is slow. Deal less damage. Why didn't I level this one up yet? Has a 15% chance of... Okay, either enemy deals less damage or more vulnerability, because more vulnerability means more bad omen, and more bad omen, more bad damage. Oh, if you go full on vulnerability with this, that would be a sick skill. And even that one has vulnerability. It's just a wee bit iffy with the cooldown though. What about the damage change? 10%, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, up to 20%. That basically doubles our chances. The magic up to... Wait a minute. Shouldn't that be somewhere in the lucky strike offensive thing? Damage with shadow damage over time. Yada 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 yada. Defensive, damage reduction, utility, lucky hit tracker. Triggering lucky hit effects when your skills deal damage. 0%. That's kind of weird though. Kinda weird. This one has a lucky hit chance, the other one does not. The other one has up to 20%. Does that mean that it works, or does it mean it's never going to work? Questions upon questions. Because it says up to, right? Because it says up to, does it mean it still works? Okay, lucky hit. Up to a 20% chance when dealing damage to a vulnerable, immobilized, or stunned enemy that a lightning bolt also hits. Up to. Why does it say up to? And this one is also lucky hit. Your storm skills have up to a 10% chance to make enemies vulnerable for 1 second. And then we need to trigger the lucky hit somehow. Lucky hit chance. Okay, I really have to read up on lucky hit, how that works in this game. Is there some kind of help section? Lucky hit chance, there we go. Increase the chance of triggering lucky hit effects when your skills deal damage. But this is bonus lucky hit chance. We have an innate lucky hit chance already. Base lucky hit chance varies per skill. If you have multiple lucky hit effects, their probabilities roll independently. Okay, so this is just the bonus. It has nothing to do with it being activated or being there or not. The lucky hit effect comes from my passive tree. It gets triggered by my skills. But in order to make this happen more often, it could, I don't know, get more lucky hits chance or whatnot. But if the hit chance is already high enough, right, like 20 or 8, but 8 is actually not high. Anyway. Oi. It says free the prisoner. I don't think that these dudes can be freed. Oh wait, oh wait, oh wait, oh, not again. Okay, getting stun locked is really annoying. Second time we died. And again, we were not careful enough. I see a pattern. Right. Let's see. Damage reduction, a little bit. Armor, the total armor granted, reduce physical armor taken from enemies of equal level by 22%. If I take that, then it's 23%. Oh, and actually deals more damage. Why? Ah, because of the because of the stats. Critical strike damage, yes. Critical strike chance is the same. Oh no, wait, these are 2 rings. Damage over time. What about that? Vulnerability damage? No. How much damage do we actually do? Oh, 2% is also the maximum. That one rolled so high, it's amazing. But the stats roll independently, yes. It's not an overall high or low roll. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. But it also gives you cold resistance. Cold resistance is good. So 71. Physical bonus damage. That's where it's lacking right now. What about crit strike? 7.9%. I need like 10 or so. Wait a minute. Did I really die to a normal enemy? Yeah. I died to this one. That annoying beast that shreds you from far. Yeah. If you see any ice effect in this game, run. That's my little advice here. You probably damage nearby enemies. Yes, that's good. Oh, that kind of freedom. Alright. Let's see. There's another door. Door not good. Need to find ourselves more of those prisoners. Where are they? Some of them are alive and some of them are dead. Maybe if you are faster you can actually help them out. That'd be nice. This guy for example.
You're a saint.
There we go.
I must wait a moment.
No. Let's hope to not die to this one. So, time for you to be free.
Couldn't have made it without you.
The last one gives you a key in order to open a door, as usual. Now then, what am I gonna do with that? Do we keep it? Do we not keep it? Questions upon. Wait, crit strike damage 6% higher. Very, very little increase in damage. I should always keep in mind how crit damage gets calculated. Because it's always half, meaning that this is 1%. I should go with physical damage, which increases the damage normally. Then there's the damage to slowed enemies. Actually, no, I don't have any slowed enemies. Let's just throw this out. And that's a little bit tricky because of the overall damage reduction. Has like 2-point-something% damage reduction. You know what? We don't care about that. This may have higher numbers, like higher armor numbers, but then it has an additional effect that reduces damage, which is better than this 1%. Yeah, that was wasted. Destroy the construct. Okay. No. Ooh, boy. Being slow does not work. There we go. Exploded enemies, not cool. Away, 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 away. Aren't those like exploders? Oh yes, they are. Totem goes away. Oh no. Another one of those. Come on, do damage. Yes. Oh, the wolves look so much damage. Absolutely amazing. Not only do they jump the target, they also direct their attacks towards the target once you click on that. It's pretty sick. Like, see that? There's a little mark on top of that, telling the wolves what to do. They're still not dead yet. Dead.
I cannot carry anymore.
Ah, too bad. What do we have here? Items that can't be used. This is nice as well. Looks like I have to teleport back. Oh no. Good old Kyovasha. Let's see. Problem is I do not know what kind of items I get from junkification. Maybe I should focus more on buying.
I cannot carry anymore.
Okay. Let's see. Let's turn to junk. This thing. Okay. A weapon gets me 1 iron chunk. This one gets me a veiled crystal and an iron chunk, I think. And this one gets me an iron chunk as well. This one gets me an iron chunk as well. So it's not always the case that iron chunk, iron chunk, iron chunk. This is leather. Okay. What about that? It's also leather. Interesting. So mostly.
You can take what's left.
Okay. So sometimes you get veiled crystals. Not all the time. Sometimes. Interesting. This stuff gives you 2, whereas the gray stuff gives you 1 item. Alright. Yeah. 1 times leather versus 2 times leather. That should give you 2. You don't really see the 2 because it's too bright in here. It should actually have a little border around it so you can see that more clearly. But this is at least how you can do that. And the rest could be sold. The question is just, how could you upgrade? Yeah, in order to upgrade it, you need silver ore. That's a bit tricky to come by. That's the weapon at least. The rest is leather, 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 leather again, and leather. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times leather. And then 1 times iron. I get so much iron. That's doesn't seem to get the percentage right. I got far too many weapons and definitely not too many armor items. It's like 14. It's 10, another 10. Yeah. I'm using far too many of those items for just armor. That's not, definitely not what you do. So if you want to utilize the junk the best, only turn to junk a few of your weapons, so you still get the upgrades, and sell the rest of the weapons, and turn to junk any other armor This is basic. Yeah, this is how you have to do this. Any weapon that you have can just be sold. Any, or like half of them can be turned to junk. Very interesting, actually, very interesting. I just turn all of them to junk anyway, just because it's easier for me. So, what about weapons? Unbelievable. Now they got 2 slots, and they cost an arm and a bloody leg. Right. Absolutely right. Oh, and they deal so much more damage. Really annoyed by it. Okay, so the idea is to use the weapon vendors, because at one point your luck may run out. So let's just throw this. Wait, not just this, this and this and this as well. That one goes to the right. There we go. That one goes to the left. Hoi. I also have something else. Gem crafting. But we're gonna test this one out once we finish the dungeon. First. Yeah, what did I say about weapon stuff? Oh, that's good. Crowd control. Yes. Healing received. I mean, I could turn it to junk, right? But is there a way to sell junk and not just... is there a way to do that too? Sell value.
They have surrounded us. I'm not sure what or who summoned the demons here, but they overwhelmed us in the mind in mere moments. I tried to run, but stumbled over loose rocks. My cursed leg is broken. I can hear the echoes of other people still alive, but I can't see them. I suppose it doesn't matter. As long as the demons can't see me, I'm safe.
Fascinating. Ooh. There go the boomers. What was that just now? Strange charge attack. I have to check something. What's the chance of wind shear and vulnerability? 20%. 20%? And the enemy is supposed to look slightly purple, of course. They don't do that, though. See? Not all of them are vulnerable. All the time. Even with 20%. In order to increase the amount of enemies that are vulnerable, looks like I have to use Hurricane not for defensive measures, sadly, but for offensive ones. Meaning that I have to give it the vulnerability perk as well. Yeah. There we go. Nice thing is you don't need to identify items now. I finally got rid of that nonsense. Alright. I mean, it does make sense from a role-playing perspective, but not from a gameplay perspective. It just complicates things. And then you just have an automatic identification system. Or maybe you just have a gold identification system. But in the end, everybody could do that. Resplendent chest. Oh no. Massacre enough enemies. So, I got a few of those. The walks over there. Ooh, boy. I have to make sure that this red bar grows faster than the timer. But I may seem to have a problem right now with that. I need more enemies.
I must wait.
Bleh. Yep. Can't get it the right way. Ah, sadly. I'm missing damage. This is what it said. Okay. That was a nice reminder that we need to improve our damage. Right. Ooh. Wow. Yeah, a few many of those. Come on. Struggling stuff. They even have different speeds. Ooh. What? Aren't you supposed to find this stuff later on in the game? That's weird. Adventurer's Gloves of the Ursine Horror. It's also kind of interesting that you only find items that you can actually use. Perfect. Lucky hit chance. Pulverize is now also an earth skill. After casting Pulverize, tectonic spikes continue to deal damage over 2 seconds. Interesting. So there are effects that give certain... yeah, that make a spell be part of another group of spells. In this case, earth skills. Which means you can buff up this skill with other skill points and skill slots. Oh, this is good. Oh, this is really good. Oh, finally we got thorns. Finally something useful. Yes. Thorns. Amazing. That one is not that much damage. Ooh, vulnerability damage. Yes, maybe, but... is this a one-handed one? Magic stuff is usually two-handed. That one goes away. That one... ooh, that's another thorn thingy again. The problem is the enemy has to hit me first in order for the thorns to work, right? That's the iffy bit. That is the iffy bit. Let's just test this out. I want to know if that works or not. Let's see. Lucky hit chance is a wee bit higher. Strength, willpower, rank of pulverize goes up. So not only gives it pulverize an additional trait. Nah, it's not trait. Whatever this is. You also are able to use pulverize, which is amazing. It's a werebear skill though. Don't have that many points for that. A wee bit annoyed though. Wee bit annoyed. 2 seconds. But how long does this pulverize skill actually stay active? This is not it. No, wait, this is trample. Grizzly Rage. Where's pulverize? That's the raw. Pulverize. There we go. Cost some spirit. Okay. Meaning that you can use it all the time. And keep this active. Oh. Oh, no, now I see. Okay. So you keep that skill active. Wait. Does it go around in circles? How does that work? Another wandering soul. We have to perform another damage check again.
They've been fighting my soul. Please, take it back from them. Let it end.
Okay, slay soul-imbued enemies while defending the wandering soul.
I must wait a moment.
Why are there 2 of those things? It says survive the onslaught. But there are 2 progress bars. One of it is a timer and the other one is the thing for the spirit. Slay imbued enemies while defending a wandering.
No, please.
I didn't quite get that. Because the wanderings... Maybe you have to kill more of them. Maybe this is just it, yeah. We didn't kill enough of them. That's why. So, our damage is finally a little bit greater. Perfect. Damage to close enemies. Damage to slowed enemies. Damage to crowd control enemies. Crowd control and slow is the same thing. And if I have a skill that does the same thing to the enemy that are close by, then it's even better. At least the damage is higher. 75, yes. I could use pulverize or something like that, and it would help me a great deal. Oh, look at this. We got another level up. That was unsuspecting. Yeah, something like this. See this? Earth skill, steel, so and so much increased damage and so on. That would benefit it. Critical strikes with earth skills also fortify you. And then the werebear skill would be a earth skill, which is so cheap. While you have 45 for over 50% of your maximum life, your earth skill still increased damage. Like, just boost your earth skills, turn another skill into an earth skill, like pulverize or so, and benefit from this greatly. But the question is, why would you want to do that? That's just so weird. Because, oh wait, yeah, because of the additional effect that comes with it. That you get pulverized and then there are these earth spikes coming out of the ground. And this is the thing that you want. The earth spikes. Righty. That one makes the lightning bolts come down again. Do I get anything else? Critical strike against the wolf targets. Maybe. Distant damage. Maybe. The hurricane thing. Wait a minute. Enemies who are damaged by hurricane are slowed. Enemies affected by hurricane deal 20% less damage. What about the stats that I had though? Wasn't there like damage versus bleeding? Damage versus slowed. There we go. Increases damage dealt to slowed enemies. After fully staggering a boss, they are considered affected by all crowd control types, including slow, for the staggered duration. You have plus 20% of this stat from items in Paragon. And versus crowd control. Is there a list of it? Increases damage dealt to crowd controlled enemies. This includes those affected by slow. Immobilized, stun, and so on. After fully staggering a boss. So it doesn't say damage versus stun or something like that. But there's a difference between slow and other crowd control. Which is weird. And of course there's overpower, damage width versus distant. The question is, how far is distant? Far away from you or close by? And is there a medium distance that does not get boosted? Give me a meters. Make some rings around me that tells me what's going on. These damage to attackers when hit by direct attacks. Excludes attacks that are damage over time, sure. Is affected by the skill damage increase from your willpower. So the more willpower, the more thorns. Alright. Good. Like this one, for example. Yep. Fascinating. Oh, wait. Forgot to level up a skill. So either we get more vulnerability. Or we get the tankiness. Or the slow. Wait a minute. This one makes enemies slowed already. So they can be boosted from CC effects. That's pretty sweet. This one happens fairly regularly. It's vulnerable for 1 second. Okay, this one increases just the seconds, which is not that important. But this one is a chance of it happening. Let's just do that. So that I can increase the chance of additional damage. Now it's maxed out. I could do some other stuff. This lightning stuff. Actually, I love that deck. You know exactly where the items are that you can pick up. Right there. Only thing I need to make sure is that I increase the amount of attacks per second so that I can trigger this additional effect more often, right? Because slow attacks may... Oh, wait a minute. Both of them have the same attack speed? Same attack speed? One attacks per second. Okay, so let's just compare something real quick. That's like 20, like a hit chance. Still 20, right? It's always the same. Meaning that, or at least these numbers are so close by. Very interesting. So if the chances are almost the same. What does that mean? Ooh. They're vulnerable. How do I know how long an enemy is vulnerable though? Orders.
I must wait a moment.
There we got it. Aspect of Encircling Blades. What's that? Flurry damages enemies in a circle around you and deals increased damage. Oh. Good for the rogue. We are no rogue, but at least we unlocked some stuff. Hehehe.